footage of me assisting other characters or other players in this game. Currently on the grind to rank 49 so I can fight the Temper Kieran. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but trying my hardest to get there. It's just a bit of a grind to get that high, because at the point that I'm at in the game right now, pretty much whatever you do still takes forever to rank up or fill your rank up bar. And you definitely don't want to fight lower rank monsters, because it'll take you literally forever. I've got 150 hours in this game so far, and I'm only at hunter rank 46. I just can't imagine the amount of time it takes for some people to get to, or the amount of time it took for some people to get to hunter rank 200 or 300. I think the highest rank I've seen so far in this game is like 350. That guy's wallet must be hurting, or either he's got a mad girlfriend, one or the other. Oh, the load time in this game sucks. I don't really have many gripes about this game. This is my very first Monster Hunter. I've never played one before this, and I don't really have much to complain about. I will say that some of the animations are a little bit too long, and the fact that using some items leaves you open to random attacks, or using some items the animation takes forever, so by the time you get out of the animation, or by the time you start the animation, you're pretty much going to get attacked. I don't also like the fact that when you go to sharpen your weapon, the monster instantly knows that you're sharpening and will home in on you even if there's 3 other players in the fight. It happens to me. It's happened to me numerous times. My sharpness meter will drop to yellow or red, and I'll run away from the monster and get out of its line of sight to sharpen, and it instantly aggroes on me. It instantly targets me and goes to attack me right when I'm about to finish the animation. And if you don't finish the animation fully, then your sharpness does not get refilled. It's a little annoying. I also don't like that some monsters spam roars, so you get constantly stuck in the shaken animation that pretty much leaves you defenseless, because you can't do absolutely anything until the animation is done. I do not understand why Capcom doesn't shorten the animations just a slight amount. There's a difference between difficulty and then just complete unfair bullshit. And in my opinion, some of the animations that you can get stuck in this game are just unfair. They're complete bullcrap, and there's no reason they should last as long as they do. And yeah, you could say, well, just use earplugs. You won't be affected by the roars that much. And I would if I had the ability to put them on all of my armor, but you can't. It's a specific skill set for specific sets of armor. Let's see. Oh, I wish I could do that one, but I'm not level 100. Sure, let's do the Rathian. If it'll even let me join. Alright, let's grab some traps. I've already got a shock trap. Let's get a pitfall. Flash pods. Flash bugs. Let's grab some more potions. Max potions. Oh shit, this is a Rathian, so I need herbal. Alright. And we'll go eat. Well, no, it won't really matter. Sometimes I neglect eating because my defense and stuff is fairly high to begin with, so there's really no point in me eating at this current point in time. I like to do it without eating first, just to see how difficult it's going to be, and then if I feel like I need to, then I will, but I generally don't. That's probably a stupid way to go about it, but I always like to rely on my skills other than relying on buffs and that kind of thing. Because if I can beat a monster without them, then I could definitely beat it with the buff. Or with the buff to my defense or attack or whatever you want to say. Or whatever you want to use. And somebody already fainted. That's not good. So I'm currently running the Nergigante set with the Dragon, I think it's Dragon King eye patch. Or Dragon Slayer eye patch? I think it's Dragon King eye patch. But it's got a weakness exploit that allows you to do more damage. So you do more damage when attacking monsters' weak points, plus the Nergigante set applies higher attack bonus. So try this thing. Also run longsword, it's just easier for me to use, I suppose. I really like the charge blade and the switch axe, but I can't get the combos down. Come on over here. Shit, I missed the last swing. Ah, damn it. Is it seriously gonna start this stupid thing again? Yep, it is. Also, dislike the fact that some monsters get into certain animations that they don't stop. Like constantly spamming roars, or like this Rathian running back and forth across the map constantly, never giving you a chance to stop and attack it. It's stupid that they can get in situations where they continuously do it over and over again. It all depends on who they're aggroed on at the time, but it's still a little ridiculous. Oh shit. Nice. Thought somebody had died. Nice job, guys. I'm most likely just gonna sell these, or this equipment, because I don't really need it. I've got pretty much the best high rank equipment I can have at the moment. So, there's really not much point in me having it right now. Wow, I did not know that was there. That was high rank? It sure didn't seem like it. I didn't get much for it. See how little hunter rank experience that gives? It's crazy. It's such a huge grind to level up hunter rank after rank 29. Probably 70 hours of my game time have just been spent trying to get to 49. and that's grinding monsters by myself. With groups, I generally tend to do it more in groups now because it's just more fun and less of a chance that I'll die. Like, I don't like doing it solo just for the simple fact that it's more fun in a group, especially if I can help somebody else out. Fighting the monsters on my own anymore is pretty much pointless. I don't really need to grind for gear. I don't really need to grind for materials. I don't really need to go do expeditions because my botanical box is pretty much leveled up all the way. I mean, I'm still missing some fertilizers, but that's about it. I can't get any more quantity, and I can't upgrade the space. It's as far as it can get. Really, the only reason I would need to grind now is specific monster materials, which I don't really need. I've gotten pretty much the stuff that I use over and over again at this current point. Unless they add a new monster that's not in the game yet, there's really no point in me grinding for gear anymore. Unless I find out, a specific weakness or something like that. But other than that, there's really no point. I still need to find the talons, like the armor talons and the attack talons, but I haven't gotten to that point yet, I don't think. I feel like I would have seen something about it, at this current point in time, but I haven't, so I'm not sure if I've gotten far enough in the game to unlock those or to craft them. I'm starting to think that I haven't. Let me go check my box. I will give some advice to any new players out there that upgrading the botanical box early on is going to be such a boon, I think that's the correct word, for your experience in the game, because it cuts out a lot of the grindiness of having to do expeditions just to gather materials, because eventually you'll get to the point where you can cultivate pretty much everything in the game that you need to make traps, ammo, potions, antidotes. Pretty much every consumable in the game that you can make from the botanical box, and you can harvest pretty much every single item used to make consumables. All you have to do is play quests and you'll be able to cultivate and get these items without having to go out into the world and gather them. You'll still have to gather stuff like ore and monster bones and that kind of stuff, but by the time you're to the point in the game where you unlock all of this, you'll have made the weapons that you need to make with the bones, if that makes sense. Like, you can't cultivate monster bones, but they're easy to gather anyway, so it's not a big deal. But this is an extreme help in this game, because grinding for consumables gets very, very boring very, very quickly. And I'm of the mindset that that's why they put this in the game, was so that you didn't have to do all that grinding for regular stuff. Grinding for monster materials is one thing because you're fighting the monster. Running around a map and just picking up stuff over and over again is extremely boring. And it gets old very quickly. I can't remember the last time I've gone into an expedition solely to gather consumable items. Like, it's not fun, and there's no point, because during expeditions your hunter rank doesn't go up. You only gain hunter rank experience from doing quests. So expeditions are pretty much pointless in high rank unless you're trying to farm a specific monster and you just want to fight it over and over and over again. Still can't do that one. That's a Nergigante fight. Don't know if I want to do that. That's the red and blue Rathalos. I could try that one since it's two monsters. There's a pink high rank Rathian. I can do this one if it'll let me join. Yeah. Grab another shock trap. I didn't use my pitfall last game. I need to craft some more of these things. I've only got 10 left after this one. I may change my equipment for this fight. Yeah, see, I'm running the Nergigante set because of the attack boost that it grants. Or that it's supposed to grant. Yeah, well, this grants Stamina Surge. Yeah, the Van Braces grant attack boost. The Coil grants an attack boost. And then the Greaves grant Maximum Might, which also increases your attack. And then the Dragon King Eye Patch has Weakness Exploit level 2, which means that if you attack a monster's weakness, it does more damage. Especially if you use something that it's weak against, like a specific element or something like that, or specific weapon that has that element attached to it, so on and so forth. Even more equipment with a weakness exploit attached to it would be even better, but most of the armor sets do not include weakness exploit as a skill. The only ones that come to mind are the recently released Dante collaboration event stuff, his hair, which is the helmet, and then his boots or his greaves, his leathers, his pants, whatever you want to call them. They also have a weakness exploit on them, but they're extremely difficult to make because you need Teostra webbing, and you rarely ever get it because it's almost impossible to break Teostra's wings, which is the only way to get the webbing. And even then, the Dragon King Eye Patch still has weakness exploit level 2, whereas Dante's hair and leggings together would still technically make it level 2, so it's kind of pointless unless you just like the way the armor looks. I'm not a very big min-max player either. I don't really want, max damage, minimum resistance, or anything like that. It doesn't really make sense to me. I will mix up armors if the skills coincide with each other. But as far as maxing out my damage, it's not really a big deal. I mainly focus on dodging anyway. If you can dodge the majority of attacks, you don't really need a high defense to begin with. Alright, come on. Shit. Drop the trap. I'll just miss every fucking swing. That's fine. Ah, crap. Well, I'll just talk about fucking dodging attacks and then totally fucking whiff that one. Alright, let me use my telekinetic real quick. Take this max potion. Drop this health booster. I'll set out another trap. Nice. That was quicker than I expected it to be. Didn't really get to help out too much on that. Now I will say that I do like joining quests in the beginning. I don't really like joining quests that are almost over because it feels like I jumped in and just sniped the monster and took away from everyone else's really hard work. But you never know like how good other players are or how much damage they're doing. So you could easily get into a fight that takes 5 minutes. This guy had the same idea. He's at least running the fan braces, I think. That's a pretty cool screenshot. I might actually screenshot that. Oh, that's not me. Never mind. See, it went up a little bit more in that fight. But still, it's nowhere near leveled up. And I've still got 2 whole levels to go after that. It's quite a grind. I will say, this game is very, very grindy. So if you do not like grindy games, this is not the game for you. I mean, some games you can skid by on just bare minimum experience. Most RPGs. This one revolves solely around killing monsters to get their materials, which means you'll have to kill the same monster numerous times to get everything you need to make their like armor or their weapon or something like that. So if you can't stand to grind, this is definitely not the game for you. I honestly wasn't sure how much I was going to like the game at first when I first started playing, because I absolutely abhor grinding in games. Like, I'll do it if I absolutely have to, but to make it a necessity to move forward kind of annoys me. But this game's so much fun. Like, it doesn't seem like a grind when you're enjoying it. Like, hey, I just got this awesome I just got the last material I needed, now I can make this armor that I need. Which means I can fight even stronger monsters and get their materials. That's what ups the fun factor in this game. Not to mention the events they add with, like, guest character armors. Like the Dante armor and his charge blade. Which is, what is the sword's name? Alistair, and then Rebellion. That's fucking cool. Then you've got the Ryu armor, which was the first guest character armor added to the game. You've got the Aloy set from Horizon Zero Dawn. You've got the Mega Man Palico costume that you can get, or armor and weapon. Well, that Diablos. Hunt a Rathian. Don't really want to. Hunt a Puke. Yeah, I'll do that. It'll be fairly easy. Shouldn't take too long. See, it's almost kind of better to... like a time over quantity type thing. Where you fight slightly weaker monsters that increase your hunter rank slightly, but you can beat them faster. So you could do more in, let's say, an hour than you could fighting like tempered or fighting elder dragons, since they take so long to beat, and still only give you like bare minimum hunter rank experience. I mean, granted, you get more than if you fought like a regular monster, but it still equates to takes longer to beat them. Could you get that exact same amount of experience fighting a lesser monster 5 times versus fighting an elder dragon once, but beating that lesser monster 5 times in 20 minutes, whereas you'll fight the elder monster for about 20 minutes? See what I'm saying? Like, it's a time versus quantity type thing. Like, yeah, you get a lot of experience for fighting the elder dragon, but at what cost to time? In the time it takes you to fight 5 elder dragons and level up once, you could fight 20 lesser monsters and level up just about in the exact same amount of time. Probably faster, to be honest. Because I'm to the point now where I can kill Kulu-Yakus and the Ancient Forest monsters in 5-6 minutes, tops. So whereas it would take you almost 3 hours to grind 5 Elder Dragon fights, you could fight 20-30 Kulu-Yakus in that time. Well, they're fighting this Jagras. I guess they're going to kill the Jagras and then try to kill the Puke. Wait, is this a Great Jogress? No, it's Puke Puke, so what the heck? Guess they're just doing it like me to increase hunter rank. I should have spawned at the other campsite. It's gonna take forever to run all the way over there. Let me do this real quick. Let's equip that. And do this. It kinda sucks that you can't just go into your menu and craft well done steak. I should just make a stockpile of it and put it in my supply drop or supply box or item box instead of having to constantly get into missions and do it. Oh, the Puke Puke is actually over here with the Jogress. Did not realize that. Something in my ear. Damn it. So I wonder if I kill this Jogress while they're fighting the Puke, if we'll get 100 rank experience for beating them both. They may be trying to, yeah, they try to capture him. Or they were going to capture him. Shit, this thing's kicking my ass. Was not paying attention. Whoa! See, these lesser monsters, when I get their materials, since I've already got most of their armors, I just sell the excess material. And that's partially why I've got 966,000 zenny right now. Because I don't keep the material most of the time, unless it's from a higher rank monster like the Elder Dragons or Kieran, which Kieran is an Elder Dragon, so that's kind of redundant. But, oh hey, I got the Hunter's Life for Me trophy for 50 optional quests. I'm actually kind of curious. Anyone who watches this video, let me know what kind of equipment you run, because I'm still looking for tips and tricks in this game to increase my damage and that kind of stuff. Like I said, I don't really min-max. I don't like to, like, I don't use something just because it does maximum damage. I use it if it has like extra abilities and stuff that I normally, other than just raw physical damage. I enjoy physical damage, like I love high damage weapons and feeling like a total badass, but skills and stuff interest me a lot more if it can accompany my playstyle and like what's the word I'm looking for? Like complement my playstyle, if that makes sense. Let's see. Also, does anyone know the easiest way to get Anjanath gems? I need an Anjanath gem and an Odogaron gem to make the Dante's Charge Blade. And I've got the Odogaron, I just need the Anjanath. And I'm not sure how to go about getting it. Sure, we'll do the Elder Dragon if I can join it. It probably won't let me join. Most players password lock Elder Dragon fights. Kind of surprised he didn't. It always amazes me when I get into a lobby and the leader of the quest has it password locked and it's some little bullshit monster that's not difficult at all. It kind of annoys me sometimes because I don't really understand like why you would password lock it. I mean, I'm sure it's mainly for, you know, randos that get in and have no idea what they're doing. So they get in and they cost you all your feints or whatever. But, I mean, some players just need help, you know? Like, some players, the reason they join multiplayer quests is for the help. Or to try to learn from way more skilled players. Alright, where is this bastard? Assuming he's where they are. I did not bring any cool drinks, did I? Yes, I did. Okay. Alright, let's stop this broadcast.